Welcome to the openers of the Unoriginal Quickbuilds tournament. The rules are simple. 2 contestants have 30 minutes, a 24x24 block arena, and a theme just given to them. If one can beat the other in scale, detail, and originality for a score out of 30, they move on to the intermediates, and perhaps on to winning the Rose Cup.
Okay, it's this one.
Oh, it's this one. Winter. Well, that's not exactly... I mean, it's nature technically if you want it to be, but it's not quite. Follow me all the way to the 4th platform. We're halfway there from the openers, and once the openers are done, everything will go very quickly. Oh, Claze wants his filled in with snow. Beedabeesz also wants snow. Well, you know what? At least it's not grass. Fucking, I'm tired of everyone filling it in with grass because it makes it seem like all this effort I went through to fill these in with snow doesn't like add up to anything. Let's go. Wow, that is bright. This one's gonna stand out, it being snow.
In a good way, hopefully.
Anyway, are you two gamers ready to game? You can begin the winter build in 3, 2, 1. Go.
Let's go!
Let's go! Ladies and... Okay.
Off the bat, I just want to say...
Yeah.
If these people are building igloos, I will be so disappointed.
I was about to say the same thing. I was about... Like, the only thing that is basic winter... The only thing that, like, you could possibly, like, instantly associate with winter would be igloo.
And the problem with igloos is they're also igloos in summer, because that shit's cold, right?
I think Claze isn't going for an igloo, I have to say. I think it's more just a house that's in the snow, because it's got, like, wooden structure around it, which I appreciate more. I also appreciate the fact that it's a little bit more chaotic, almost as if snow has fallen on it, whereas this looks like, well, this looks like an igloo. Wait, never mind. Never mind, actually, never mind. Looks like she changed her mind. Claze has a lot of room to go outside of his igloo. You see, he's got a lot of area around his, well, area. To do that. Who's this? Oh, it's Ethan.
I kind of fell asleep.
Oh, damn, that's all right. Don't worry about it. I was gonna be pretty sad if no one joined, and I just had to narrate this by myself.
I came just in time.
You should check out the other builds though that have happened. Matthew's been here for both of those, but there've been some very good, especially the last one that just happened. I think it's an injustice what happened to my man, Mr. Otterguy. I think he should have won.
Why did this guy lose?
The other one's better.
Because he hyper-focused a lot of his detail into one area, and then the rest of the map was filled in. And also because Max... Let me be real here for a second. It's because Max was a judge.
Yeah, I'm rejudged.
It's too... Unfortunately, we can't.
Sort of rejudged.
We can't. We've rejudged, but we can't rejudge to the point of changing an outcome because it's just unfair. Like, imagine telling someone they won and then straight afterwards going, you know, we changed our mind. Although I have to say the reason he won was because he gave a very like atmospheric presentation, this guy on the right. Like, it felt like a place. I don't know. I thought it was very cool, but I didn't like it anywhere near as much as Mr. Otterguy. The good news is both of them are going to be moving forward because Mr. Otterguy has, even though he lost, he has a higher score than anyone who has won. He got 28, which means he's definitely going to be in the top 4 of losers, which means he definitely will be moved on, and he will have his day in the sun to reclaim his victory.
An igloo, lame. It's so bad. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want to
very unoriginal.
But if it's a snow globe, wow.
That would be actually very cool. And look how flat that top is.
Oh, snowman.
Snowman. Oh, okay. Well, that's...
Cheers, mate.
Adios. I don't think she thought this through. Oh, he's going back. He's going back in. I do. Even though it's an igloo, I do quite like Claze's chaoticness. The ceiling and stuff is very nice. I like the detail there. Claze has the rest of his build because his house is a lot more smaller and in the corner. He has the rest of his build to fill in, so I'm interested to see what he decides.
I mean, I do like the wood integration. That is just one fucking door in a thing of white. This actually flows and...
Yeah, no, I mean, the detail is definitely...
the assumption that there is a full building underneath that snow.
Okay, so you see, how I came up with the idea of a snow globe is I thought, oh, they could put polar bears in, and then I was like, oh shit, but that would, the polar bears would just leave, and then I was like, glass dome.
Yeah, but there's the problem with glass, and that's what Stuart's build over there with the tree, is that if you're too much glass, it looks really
bad,
shit.
yeah.
Excuse me. The snowman gave himself speed. I think the snowman is the first like entity in this game to use one of those speed potions, and now he's using it to get the fuck out. Oh my god. Do one of you want to give the snowman a name tag so that he doesn't despawn?
I was just killing it. Okay.
Yeah, don't kill it. Hello, Mr. Snowman? Who are you? Oh, it's Jesus! It's Jesus!
Hello, Jesus.
Oh
Jesus
my
the
god.
Snowman. Or Jesus, you know, depending on the where you're from.
Jesus.
Hey, look, there's actually plants in this.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's throwing some. He's throwing some.
What was the theme, by the
The
way?
theme was winter. Oh my god, I just threw up in my mouth.
Nice.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
gross. Oh, there's a little bit of. Oh, Christ.
Chili share?
That's so awful.
I'll have some in a takeaway cup, please. This is
Please.
perfect. The perfect theme for Putty, because his ass looks like a fucking.
Oh yeah,
astronaut.
Matthew should get some. We can get some candid shots. You know.
Hang on, he actually looks like a wizard from Clash Royale.
Maybe that's what the skin is.
It probably is.
Turns out this whole series has actually been a sponsor for Clash Royale. Beedabeesz has been the same thing for quite some time. I don't know if there's an interior to be looked at. So the reason I actually don't mind that this guy won it all is if you come through here, look at these little spores that are falling through the. I don't know if you can see them, but he put a flower in.
That's because the flower.
Yeah, he threw a flower in and made the spores there. And look at the detail on the mushrooms. And also come here into the water cave. He didn't need to do this, but he made a little survivors camp in the little in the water cave. How cool is this? This is the happiest I've ever given a 10 for detail, but I still prefer the build on the left. What we're gonna do now is if two people, for example, give a 6 and someone gives a 7, we go 6.5. And if two people give a 10 and one person goes 9, we go 9.5. We always middle road it somewhat.
Pessimistic.
We go pessimistic because otherwise there's no point in having 3 judges if 2 judges think the same. Because me up against you and Max was just ridiculous because you both went 10, 10, and then I went, well, it's clearly a 9, but like it doesn't matter if I say that because it's just gonna stay on 10. So I think that was a good showcase of why we need to be more on the pessimistic side.
Getting a closer look right here. Build.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
very
this is.
very close look there.
If there's this much snow, that shit would be frozen over.
It's winter, Matthew, not fucking Antarctica. Calm your ass.
Yeah, he's got a point, dude.
Wow, I've never seen people do this shit with a pond. That looks so nice.
Yeah, it does look really nice. I'm just hopping in to let you know that you have half time. If you have any quick thoughts you'd like to throw out there about how you're feeling at the moment, then throw them in No Mic Chat.
What is this godforsaken potion you're hitting me with?
It's lean, dude.
Dude, can I get some?
Yeah, get in there, get in there.
Oh,
throwing us
nice,
lean,
dude.
bro.
Some lean.
Yo, oh shit! Yo, woo! Yeah, dude, that shit hits hard. It's like it hits quick and fast. Yeah, nice, dude. It
Yeah,
hits.
that's like that with your mom. Quick and fast.
I like how we were like, okay, this build competition, want to try something new, people could be exciting, and we go, okay, let's look at the first build. Okay, we've got a house, okay, that's normal. We've got an Excalibur, and then we've got a house. Then we've got a
I
forest,
see.
and now we've got 2 other houses.
Yeah, it seems like people really like houses, huh? But I do think up until the 3rd round, the quality of builds has been going up. It's just been like better round after better round after better round. I do think, no offense to these guys, but they're taking it a lot slower than the previous 2 rounds have been. You know, they're taking a little bit more of their time than the others have. Let's check the interior here. Oof, sussy, you see? Sussy. It's a bit sussy, that's all. Oh, this is nice. Check this out. Check this little tent
Yeah,
thing
he's made a
going on.
10.
Oh, he's making
I'm
another
just
one.
looking here at
Kind of looks like Hypixel stuff.
Beedabeesz.
Beedabeesz has a nice username, I have to say. That's the only compliment I can give at the moment. Take a look at the inside. Very, both of their interiors are non-existent, which is a bit sussy. That's all I have to say.
Well, actually, Stuart, if you didn't know, the interior of an igloo is ice.
There's not much
yes,
you
of
can
course.
have in there.
Well, you can make furniture out of ice. You know, I went to a restaurant in Switzerland when I was a kid. There was like this igloo restaurant. It was pretty cool. They had furniture and stuff. One of these guys need to recreate a memory from my childhood, and then I'll give them 10, 10, 10. That's all. That's all you really need to do.
The problem is you'd have to tell them exactly what happened.
No. They just need to know.
You need to eyeball that shit, and you'd be like,
Eyeball
this guy
my
looks like
memories, yeah. I think it is a
Guys, I
no,
need an
it's
audience.
what?
I'm trying to
kill
learn how
yourself,
to do Black Father in the Hood.
Oh my god, dude. That's
Gotta get milk.
dude. Come back with a bucket of milk in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Need a
you
bucket of
you
milk.
drink. You need a bucket of milk to get rid of the potion effect. That's hilarious. Oh my god. I wish I could have included this bit in the video. Oh well.
Dad, it's been years.
Still a Black Father. I heard you won the lottery, son.
Why did you pull the Michael Jackson, father?
Son, I downloaded Clash Royale. I've come back to tell you you should too.
Son,
I'll say it on the scale of originality. I'm a bit disappointed. You know, this is kind of what pops into your head, and I think it's going to be the same situation as Sam and Honeydew. We're gonna approach the build and go, wow, these are two very good builds. They should have high scores, right? And then the scores are a little, you know, in maybe like the low 20s or something, because they just did really average with originality. Ethan, I don't know if you've been watching the rounds or the last round in particular video that I put out, but we explained basically the way originality works. If somebody builds exactly what you think of in your mind's eye when you go under this topic, we give them a 5. If they try to change up that topic a little bit, make it more interesting, but they do it badly, like for example, Honeydew for a cozy house, because the theme was cozy, she made a stone roof and a stone floor on the inside, which doesn't feel cozy, right? And so while that was a little bit more original than a normal log cabin, we actually decreased her point score to 4 point something, because that was an original interpretation that took away from the theme. But you know, if it was an original interpretation that made the theme more interesting, then they get higher than 5. But 5 is like the middle ground.
Guys, I've got a bit going.
What's that?
Okay,
Oh god.
Jesus.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jesus.
Okay.
Wait.
Look at me walk
I
on
hope I don't-
water.
Whoa! Oh no!
Fuck, I'm the one true God.
What?
Oh no!
Stop
I'm gonna die. I died. Fuck. Yeah, I'm back, bitches.
Plot twist.
I didn't die.
Plot twist. Jesus had a totem of undying. All right, so we're actually we're approaching 6.5 minutes here. Things don't look like they've developed exponentially since we last saw them. Although I think the reason for that is because Claze's is working on the interior. All right.
Hello.
I try not to interfere too much, so I don't really check out their interiors while they're doing them. But it seems like that's also what
I'm in a
Beedabeesz
girl's
is-
room. We're gonna have sex.
Beedabeesz is focusing. Oh my god.
Cut that out. Cut that out of the video.
Asshole.
Cut that out of the video.
No, you gotta put that in there. You gotta know how much of an asshole you are.
I'm an
Incel
asshole.
alert, am I right? StuartisUnoriginal. You gonna put that ad in there? Yeah, man.
You know what? Sure, why not, dude? Let's throw it in
it's
there.
good.
Why not? You know what? Let's use this video as a little tester, right? We're gonna throw in all of your horrible, offensive
Did the
jokes.
Jesus bit.
No, not even the
Back
yeah, all of it. We're gonna put it all in,
Ah.
and we're gonna see how the community responds to that. And anyone who's watching this video, this is a test. You know, this is not my normal. I usually don't let these things in, but you know, today we make an exception.
I'm not an incel. I have been in a girl's room before. Ethan's mother has sex with me all the time.
Oh my god! I just got a message.
What the f?
What? How did you do that? How did you do that?
I fucking hate Nick.
Oh no! Whoa. Hold on. I didn't agree to this. I just want everyone to know I'm not bleeping these out. He has a voice out of it. I'm not. He didn't say it, alright? He didn't say it. I would never let him say that without crucifying him like Matthew crucified himself earlier.
Did Beedabeesz
Beedabeesz, oh my god, what?
plant the trees?
Yeah, Beedabeesz planted the trees. What do you mean? Like who else? Over the line.
Dude, he's got a braai place going.
Oh my
Really?
god, look at this detail. What the fuck? Jesus,
fuck,
this is
actually.
great. He
Yeah,
made a
he's a
barbecue,
braai.
bro. He made a barbecue.
What is that scene from people? And what of line am I supposed to have crossed?
Whoa, we got some Windows stuff
Bunch
in
of
here
fucking
going on.
nerds.
We got some
We're making cool badass quotes from a cool badass show while playing fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, I think by
That's all I get
association
right.
we have just become cool and badass.
Matthew's got that badass, am I right?
Yeah, dude.
What?
What?
What do you?
3, 2,
Wait.
1. That is time.
I like the scale. It's got good spacing.
I think he's used his space relatively well. He could have maybe thrown in something a little bit more
in the middle here.
In the middle, you know, maybe some sort of pathway. You could have worked something out there.
There is the snow that is.
Yeah, but it's weird because the snow is higher on the pathway than the rest, which is such a weird thing. Like, if anything, he should have dug a hole and raised it.
That's not scientifically correct.
I'm thinking a good 7, honestly. A good 7.
A good 7. All right, let me just think through it for a second. Sort of.
It's more than a 5, and in my opinion, it's more than a 6.
You know, he's filled his building relatively well. I think I'm comfortable with 7. Matthew, are you going 6.5 or are you going 7?
6.5 or 7, I don't think it matters. It's a 0.5. But yeah, I'll go 7 as well.
Okay. Because it does.
I'm
well,
oh,
I see. Yeah, if you're on a 0.5, then I think it becomes quote unquote optimistic, but not really because you're on a 0.5, so it's your fault for being indecisive.
No, I'm happy to be persuaded on this one.
Okay. Then we're gonna move to scale here. I think the build is just bigger.
Crowded.
It's definitely
to me,
filled.
It looks incredibly crowded.
Yeah, and that's an option.
It is filled though. It has
the fence gates are a strange sort of detail, but that's for detail. I realized as I said that.
Yeah.
I think in terms of scale, there is a huge house that's almost double the size of Claze's house, but the rest is only filled with trees. It's not a lot of effort was filled in.
It's a very wide, not very high.
Yeah, it's very wide and low down. I'm probably gonna I'd probably be inclined to say 6.5. I'm gonna go 6.5.
Wide and low down, like Stuart's mum's bum.
I'm going 6.5.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the
fur.
Oh fuck! I have to include this. Fuck.
I'm happy with. I'm happy with 6. Yeah, I can agree on a 6.
Okay. And Mr. Matthew, what are you thinking? I said 6.5 by the way, and Ethan said 6.
You said 6.5.
Yeah.
The space is used up. I'll be honest. The space is used up a little bit better in my opinion. I'm just gonna say that before we get onto that category. But
Matthew has blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't think we can trust him.
You don't have blue eyes, you fucker.
That's clearly at home for him. Clearly had a note, you know. He doesn't like that.
It's used up more on this side.
Yeah, but as I've said, you know, arguably, what's his name's build? Sam's builds space is also filled up more.
That is the golden standard.
But it's more trees there.
Yeah, and it's not a really big difference. So I would
you're right.
Since I gave the last one 6.5, I'll give 7 because I do believe the space is filled up more.
I think I'm also starting to agree with your 7, so I'm also going to go with that, which means 6, 7, 7, 6.5. Okay, so 6.5.
I'm kind of working off of scale, yes, but also scale done well. So
it is
spaced nicely. It's filled nicely. This is crowded.
Scale is how well you fill your space. Like, the reason I made the rule how well is so that people can't just fill their whole area with trees and then get a 10.
That's what thing is that.
And that's kind of it's not about the trees. It's about the fact that she filled her entire space with a big igloo. But I do think the size of the igloo makes up for the fact that Claze also got a 7 because there's so much missing space. I think I would, in my head, give them the same score for very different reasons, but I would still give them the same score. All right, we're now moving on to detail. So as we've previously established, it is the detail of what has been built. So this big area in the middle where there's nothing. We've already detracted from that with scale, so we can't, you know, be shitting and coming all over that. Let's check out the interior because the interior is always a major player. So this is
basic.
It's probably as good as you can get with an igloo because you can't change the walls and the floors too much. Although I think he could have. I think he could have introduced some ice, some other cold elements, and he chose not to.
Hey, but come look at this fucking bribery. This is
this is amazing. I mean, this is. This is amazing.
Can you imagine a good evening with the Buddha, eh?
Yeah.
Nothing strokes my ego more than this fucking bride right here.
That's true. I gotta say, this is what. Well, Matthew. I think Matthew. What happened to Matthew? Matthew? He's back.
God.
What happened?
What happened?
He's still in the game, which means he didn't tab out. What the
talking.
fuck? He just said God. He just said God. Oh
God.
I do have to note something here, which is a bit sad. The time made it so that he couldn't finish the detail in this little campfire area, which is a little bit sad. But obviously not something we can hugely detract for. I will say overall, he clearly looks skilled with detail. Take a look at the pond with the little coral underneath, patches of ice because it's winter, but not like Ethan said, literally Antarctica. There's a mine. Finally, someone has dug downwards. Oh my God. 10,
10,
10,
10,
10, 10. Okay, honestly, just because the interior is a little bit bland, I'm gonna go with 9.
Let me.
I can agree with you on that. I can agree on a 9.
You actually can? Okay, all right. Well, then
I can agree
go
with
ahead,
the
Matthew.
Okay, echo chamber time.
No, you don't need to. You definitely don't need to. Definitely don't need to.
Oh.
You know what? Fuck it. No.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
4.
actually go with an 8.
Okay. All right, sure.
Because I feel
Yeah,
like
I know this-
the house, but
this is
also
difficult.
with the plain snow, you could have actually maybe added different ice and things like that.
You're right. The variation of the snow is
8.
I think. Sorry, I was just blown away by his the fact that he went into the depths. But I just realized if I look at the depths, they're
That's
pretty.
right, guys. I dominated Stuart to bend his opinion.
They're pretty averagely detailed.
chamber.
They're
I don't-
pretty
you see, so
averagely detailed here. This
I
actual.
just really like the detail. So
Yeah, I think it's great. I think he clearly has a knack for
The
detail.
pond is super nice, and I like the addition of the mine and the bry.
I'm
And the inside's
thinking.
not so like bad that I'm like, oh, this should be a 6.
Yeah, I'm
know,
thinking.
so-
I'm thinking a
it's
9. I
definitely
think
above
taking 1 point for the detail that is missing, I think is for me is fine. So I'm still sticking with 9. Seems like Ethan's going with 8. What about you, Matthew?
Yeah, I'll hit an 8 as well.
Okay, 8.5 then.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'll change my score to an 8.5.
Oh shit! Change the. No, wait. That's even more closer to 8.5. All right, then we gotta check detail here.
First off, because I saw this when I walked in here, this is horrific. This is absolutely horric.
Why is it so low? Why is it so low? Look at you. I love how the instinctual reaction is trying to jump in here. Like, why do you both do that when you walked in? You just started.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
It's got different flooring, which is cool.
Caveman
It's got nice
banghead.
successful- it's got some difference.
Yeah, I can see the corners and the candles are very cute. I do like that. The trapdoors are nice. Item frames are very nice as well. The floor is all one same color. The
Wow.
outside, the roof is very uninteresting. There's a few little
Guys,
blotches
guys.
of snow here and there.
Come back in. Hold on.
Matthew,
Hold on.
don't do it.
Go back. Stay still. You didn't cook my chicken properly.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So what I want to say is I'm sorry that I included that. Take a I was about to say take a look at this bush and then it zoomed in on it. But yeah, actually though, look at this. It's a little it's the stem of the tree. That's pretty cool. I like that.
That's
I think
clever.
I think
but if only I could see the entirety of it if this wall wasn't so fucking small.
I do have to say I think this interior, like this side and this side, it's not it's the only redeeming quality of its detail, and the reason I'm going to be giving her a I don't know, I think
7 or 6.
I think a 5.
6.5.
I think 5. I'm going with 5 personally. I think there's just not there aren't enough redeeming qualities of what is here in order for me to think that it's anything above average.
I mean, she did
Yeah.
put a fence gate.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that how we're doing? Is 5 like completely average? Because then I was like 6 because it could be worse.
No,
Maybe
5 is
because it could
average,
be
and if it's
worse.
below 5, it's like, oh, clearly this person doesn't know how to do detail, scale, whatever.
Then it's because it's worse, yeah. So then I'll hit up a 5 as well.
Okay. What about you,
I was-
Ethan? Don't
yeah,
let us be the echo chamber. If you want to stick with your score, please do.
No, but I was going to use 6, but that's me being kind. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, 5.
All right, then the final score is a 5 for detail.
Originality for both 4. Let's all agree on that.
Wait, okay, no, 5. What do you mean? Okay, well, okay, let's take this piece by piece here. We have
did we say at the
Claze's side here. 5 is the average. There are a few things on Claze's side that I did not think of.
What I like about this build is it isn't something you think of, but also the way it's built gives you a perception of there's something more here. There's obviously this cabin or camp, whatever this is, but then there's tents, there's the barbecue, there's the mine,
Right.
there's
Yeah.
a lake or pond that might extend somewhere else. It gives a sense of a world or environment that it could be based in.
I think
That's why
people
it was cool. And then he was like, "Oh, winter cabin." I was like, "Fuck."
I really think for future contestants watching this video, if you
Don't
want
suck.
to up your original score, you've gotta give it your all when it comes to a story. We are suckers for that kind of shit, all right? Just like throw in something interesting, like something to just tickle the mind, you know? It's like, it just makes it so much more, it feels so much more original. Like for Honeydew's build, all she did was mention, I decided I wanted to go for a bread and breakfast, and then that changed our perspective completely. We were like, oh, that's like an interesting. That's an interesting take, you know. It adds a little bit. Intention makes a lot of difference for the future. Also to these two guys in the build come for the future. I hope they remember that. But for now, I think. Yeah, it was a very sort of not very interesting elaboration, and the same with Beedabeesz, but we'll get to that. For now, I think originality. It does feel a little bit less basic. It feels like, you know, the whole camp situation is not what I would think of when I think winter. I wouldn't think that these people are camping out in the middle of winter. That's like actually a very strange thing to do. It's like kind of a dangerous thing to do. So and with a mine shaft down there, it seems like they sort of have to do it because they need the minerals or something. And it just adds a little bit of mystery. But the fact that his explanation was very bland, it doesn't add anything to it. If anything, kind of detracts. For me, it's 9. I'm going 7.
I'm about to get controversial in here. Actually, not that controversial.
Say it.
7.5 is what I'm actually changing my thing to.
So, I mean, like, initially, like, in the build, I was like, I will be so pissed off. Even before Ethan got here, I was like, if these people build igloos and giving them 3s.
Yes, yeah, right.
Okay?
Well,
it's not an igloo,
it's
right?
Close though.
But it's close enough that I really don't like it. So I feel a 6.
Okay.
For
so we're going
Claze's build. What's his name? Spingus.
Claze. Spingus. So we're going 6, 7, 8. Then it's 7.
Yeah.
Then we move on to originality. Here, it's basically.
This looks like a igloo in the middle of a snowy forest that it doesn't have a lot of trees.
Yeah, and her elaboration was also pretty. The first thing I came to mind was snow, and I thought of a house of snow. I completely forgot what it's called. And then I added a campfire, some other stuff. It's a very bland elaboration. It doesn't interest me at all, you know, in the nicest way possible. Call it fortunately or unfortunately, I can't think of anything that detracts or adds to this. I'm sitting on 5.
Yeah, because they didn't like egregiously mess this shit up. Like,
exactly, yeah.
It's not an igloo.
It's not very round. I feel like the whole point about an igloo is that it's supposed to look like it can hold itself up. This
Your
doesn't.
mom's round and she's not an igloo.
Just because of that aspect, it's a very unusual looking igloo.
It is what it is, and that's the only thing about it.
What the fuck? Have you been studying like philosophy or something? Like what is up with you these days?
In the words of Aristotle.
You can see what it is, and that's it. There's no other thought about it.
I will say I will say though that the fact that she built a very unusual looking igloo, it's an original looking igloo, but in a bad way, and so I'm gonna actually go 4.5 rather than 5.
Wow.
I'm just sticking on 5.
Right.
It's an igloo to me, and nothing can change that unless there was a lava everywhere.
Yeah, I agree with 40 there.
All right, then it's a 5 because I was too indecisive and landed on 4. I landed on a 0.5, so that's on me. Final scores. Let's go. We've got for Claze we have 22.5, and for Beedabeesz we have a solid 6.5 plus 16.5.